Hello, hello! Welcome to today's live English lesson here on the Speak English with Vanessa YouTube channel. Thank you so much for taking time to learn English, to improve yourself, and to join us and participate. If you're joining live, thank you so much for being here. If you're watching the replay, excellent. You can join the live lesson every Tuesday at 9 a.m. EST. EST is New York time. So I hope that you can join me live at some point. But thank you so much for watching and participating anyway. Today we have an exciting, useful topic with some helpers I see today. We're going to be talking about the word though. Though. And this word uses a TH, which I know a lot of you love. So we're going to be practicing the sentence structure and some pronunciation to help you correctly pronounce though. Though. So if you're here live, I thank you for being here. We've got Amanda and Bruno and Fernando and Paul, Walid from Morocco, Maxime from France, Agus, hello, Rebecca in Venezuela, Nona in Egypt, international community, you guys are awesome, Hiroyuki in Japan. Yes, my cat often likes to jump on this, I'll show you here. He likes to jump on this little shelf over here because I recently moved it into this room, so it's a new adventure for him. He gets quite excited. So before we get started today, I want to ask you a quick question. Is the word though difficult for you? Do you know how to use the word though? And if your answer is yes, I want to see in the comments a sample sentence with the word though. And today I'm going to be writing on my clipboard so that I can share a sample sentence with you and give you some feedback about your own sample sentences. So I'm curious for you. Oh, interesting. We have our first sample sentence with though. Let's see how it is. Kase says, though I have a headache, I cannot miss your video. Oh, I see. Amanda says, it is kind of difficult for me. Fook asks, is though the same as although? So we're going to address all of these questions today, the sample sentence ideas. So if at the end of the lesson you have any other questions about though, please write them in the comments. Feel free to ask, and I'll try my best to answer them and give some kind of feedback. We have another sample sentence with though. Though it's raining outside, I'll still go to school. Okay, so first of all, let's start with this idea because the two sample sentences that you have written so far have though at the beginning of the sentence. Though it's raining, I'll still go to school. And this is perfectly fine. The grammar is fine, no problem. We have one option. I'll just write that sentence here so that you can take a look. Though it's raining, I'll still go to school. So this sentence uses though at the beginning of the sentence, but I want to let you know that if we use though at the beginning of a sentence, it is very formal. And in conversation, even though the grammar is correct, we hardly ever use this. So if you write this in an email or in something more professional, it's no problem. This is just going to be a little more professional. Let me write that here so that we can remember. We'll just write formal. this version is a little formal at the beginning. So what I really want to talk about today is how to use though at the end of the sentence, at the end of a sentence, because this is the version that we use the most often. And this question was actually asked by one of you, one of my awesome students, Lucas. Lucas, if you're here, hello. Lucas asked about a sample sentence. His sample sentence was, "Look at her eyes, though." So let's add a part to the beginning, and I want to know, what do you think this sentence means? So here is our first sample sentence with though at the end. I want to ask you, when you read this sentence, what do you think it means? Let's say, her words are happy, but look at her eyes, though. So here we have though at the end. And this was the sentence that that Lucas asked me about. Vanessa, how can we use this? So I want to know, what do you think this sentence really means? Her words are happy. Maybe your friend is saying, "Oh, I'm having such a great day today. It's okay. I'm having a great day." And then you say, "But look at her eyes, though." Does it mean her eyes are beautiful or her eyes are brown? What does this really mean? Gustavo has a great answer. Gustavo says she's not happy at all. Varas says her eyes are sad. Nabil says there's sadness in her eyes. Yes, you got it. This is exactly what it is. So the second part of the sentence, the part with though, is the opposite as the first part. So the first part is contrasting. Stalin, you've got it. He says there is a contrast in the sentence. She's happy, but her look is not as happy as her words. So there is a contrast between these two. And sometimes we don't even say the word but. Sometimes we just say, her words are happy. Look at her eyes, though. We make this a completely new sentence. We make this two sentences because it's implied. It's implied that there is a contrast. Julian has a beautiful sample sentence. And if you have any sample sentences you want to share here, I will try my best to read them and give some feedback. Julian says, "This cake looks pretty, but how does it taste, though?" Let's write a sample sentence about a cake. I think cakes, we've been talking a lot about sweet foods lately. Let's make a sentence about cakes. This cake looks pretty. But its taste. So we can add some kind of casual version here. This casual version, this cake looks pretty, but its taste, though. So we didn't finish the sentence. I didn't say its taste is bad. I didn't say this. You could say this. It's no problem. But this is the next level up, when you just imply the answer. So let's, first of all, before we go any further, I've explained a lot. I want to have a chance to ask you a question and read some of your sentences to give feedback, because that's the best way to learn, is through your own trial and error. So I want to ask you a question about English classes when you're learning online. When you're learning online, maybe it's useful for you, it's interesting, but your time is very limited. You need to find time to learn English. So how could we make a sentence about learning online with a limited time? So maybe learning online is wonderful, and how can we contrast that? Talking about your limited time. Lee has a great sentence about onions. He says, I don't like onions, but this onion snack is pretty good though. Beautiful, beautiful. So he added this sentence structure here. I don't like onions, but this onion snack is pretty good though. And really in this sentence, the word though, because he used the word but, the word though is kind of extra. It's extra. We don't really need to say though, but we often add it to give extra emphasis. Like, oh, I really don't like onions, but this onion snack is really good though. You're really emphasizing that there is a huge contrast. So we could say with but, without though, or we could add it together. Maxime has a great sentence with learning online. He says, learning online is great if I have the time to do so, though. So the activity, it's great, but it's contrasting to the time, the limited time that you have. Tiago says, I have learned English online, but sometimes I'm very busy though. Beautiful, beautiful sentence. So if you want to take this to the next level, we can, maybe I should use a different color for that. We can take out this word and we can make a new sentence. So you could say, learning online is great. My time is limited though. Great. So you are using two different sentences, and this is often what we do in conversation when we're using though. We make two sentences, but you're welcome to use but for extra emphasis. Noemi says, learning English online with Vanessa is very good. Her classes are really early though. Oh, so for you, this live time is really early for you. Beautiful sentence. Learning English online with Vanessa is good. Her classes are really early though. Or we could say, learning English online is fun, but her classes are really early though. Great. You've got emphasis and contrast here. Juma has a good sentence that uses this version, this kind of implied version. He says, he speaks English, but his accent though, I used these ... marks here because your intonation and your voice need to imply that there is a contrast. You didn't say his accent is bad though. You didn't say the actual contrasting part here, but you imply it with your voice. So it depends on how comfortable you feel with that. August says, I have been learning English with Vanessa for just 4 months, but my English is really improving though. Excellent. So only 4 months, but your English is improving though. So even though it's a short time, your English is improving. Wonderful. Good to hear. Good to hear. And John has an interesting point. He said, studying online is fine, but I need to practice speaking though. And let's do that now. Let's practice a sentence together. And I want to use a sentence similar to John's. We're going to practice this sentence all together. And I want you to practice your TH pronunciation. Throughout this video, you might have seen my tongue is very active when I use the word though. So I want yours also to be visible when you say the word though, though. So let's practice a sample sentence, and I want you to say it, and then we're going to continue reviewing some of your sentences before we go. So let's practice this sentence. Listening to English is good. I need to practice speaking though. Listening to English is good. We have one side. And the contrast. I need to practice speaking though. So let's say this sentence all together. I'm going to say it quickly, and I want you to repeat it out loud. If you're somewhere quiet, excellent. You can say it and no one else will hear. You don't need to be embarrassed. If you're in public or at work, you can whisper quietly. No problem. Or you can go back and watch this lesson again. But it's very important to speak. Listening to English is important. Speaking. I need to speak though. Listening to English is important. I need to speak though. Listening to English is good. I need to speak though. I changed my sentence a little bit. Sorry about that. First I said good, then I said important. Let's stick with good. Listening to English is good. I need to speak English though. Listening to English is good. I need to speak though. Though. Are you saying this out loud with me? Are you ready? Let's say it a couple more times. Listening to English is good. I need to speak though. We have two separate sentences. Listening to English is good, period. New sentence. I need to speak though. Firuza has another sentence very similar. She says, I want to practice now, but I'm at work though. So maybe it's a little uncomfortable for you at work. Great. So you can continue to improve maybe when you get home, but you're not wasting any time. You're still learning at work. Beautiful. Yashinta says, online learning English online is helpful, but I need to speak up though. Yes, this is a wonderful point. So there are a lot of ways that you can speak, even if you don't live in an English-speaking country. You can, first of all, simply repeat after an English speaker. Like right now, you're repeating my sentence. And this is using those speaking muscles, and you're getting used to hearing your voice speaking English. That's really important. Because sometimes for me, when I visit a new country and I try to say some words in their language, for me at first it feels a little strange because I'm not used to it and I've never heard my voice use those words before. So if you get used to your voice speaking English, that is going to help a lot. So you can repeat after me. You can even read some sentences from a book out loud. Great. You can answer some questions while you're walking around. What am I going to eat today? Well, I'm really hungry, but we don't have much food though. You can try to speak out loud just with yourself. A lot of my students do this because they just want to speak English. They want to find time. So you too can do this. You can try to find a local group that's speaking English. You can find a partner. The internet is a beautiful resource. So I hope for you, you can speak and not just listen. Listening is valuable. It's a good first step though. Hiroyuki says, English is a useful communication tool. We need much engagement to acquire it though. I love it. You're using contrast here. Eating too much chocolate is bad. I should stop though. Shalish, I'm sure that's hard. Do you have a sweet tooth? Eating too much chocolate is bad. And our contrast, I need to stop though. Great idea. Mirage says, I watch all of your lessons, Vanessa, but I read books though. Maybe we could say, but I read books too, though. So you listen and you read. Excellent communication and connection. Tiago says, I've already eaten, but I'm hungry though. So maybe we could even add the word still into this sentence. I've already eaten, but I'm still hungry though. Maybe it's time to eat a little snack. Sounds like a good idea. Body says, I would like a video lesson talking about the word yet. Well, I have some good news. If you go to my YouTube channel, there is a video talking about already, still, and yet, because these words go together. So feel free to go to my YouTube channel after this and click on it and watch that. I hope it will be useful to you. Julian says, eating food is good. Working out is important though. So if you eat a lot of sweets, we need to have some balance. Eating food is good, but working out is also important. So thank you everyone for joining me today. Thank you for joining me from around the world. Before we go, let's say a final sentence together so that you can practice speaking and enjoying English. So this sentence is for any of you who might feel a little shy. Do you feel shy when you speak English? And this is perfectly normal, especially if you don't have much experience speaking yet. So if you don't have much experience speaking, it's gonna feel a little unusual or strange. It's a new thing. So for you, I recommend saying the sentence after me, and we're gonna practice though. Make sure your pronunciation with TH, though is good. Let's practice this sentence together. I know I'm shy, but I will speak English though. I know I'm shy, but I will speak English though. You are emphasizing, I know I'm shy, I'll speak English though. I know I'm shy, I'll speak English though. We've got two sentences. Let's say this all together. I know I'm shy, and maybe if you're not shy, you can say, I know I'm not shy, no problem. You can change it for yourself. I know I'm shy, I'll speak English though. I know I'm shy, I'll speak English though. So thank you for repeating this sentence after me. This is a good chance to use your speaking skills. And if you would like to say it like Erin said, I know I'm shy, I'll speak English though. You're overcoming, taking some steps to overcome your shyness, especially with English, because you're still gonna be yourself when you speak English, but you want to have courage and confidence. Delia says, I know I'm shy, but I will speak English though. I will overcome that. Excellent. Excellent. I love your motivation. Keep it up. Lee says, I know I'm shy. I'll speak English though. Who cares if I'm shy? I'll speak English though. I got this. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for participating today. And if you're thinking, no, Vanessa, don't let your English lesson stop now. I want to continue. Well, good news. You are welcome to watch and enjoy the other, I think there's over 200 lessons on my YouTube channel. Feel free to spend some time participating, learning something new, writing some notes. And if you would like to read my free ebook, 5 Steps to Becoming a Confident English Speaker, this ebook has helped thousands of English learners know what the next step is, because sometimes it feels like there's so much material you don't know where to go, what to do next. So in this free ebook, I try to create 5 steps to help you become confident, overcome some fear with English or any shyness with English, and go out into the real world and use English. So if you would like to read that free ebook, feel free to do so. I will put a link in the description below this video or on the screen at the end of this lesson. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you again next week on Tuesday. Next week, we have a special guest who is going to join me. His name is Brian. So I hope that you will enjoy our lesson next week with a special guest. See you again the next time. Bye.